It's 7:43 in the morning. You need to leave in 12 minutes. Your child was fine, laughing even, 60 seconds ago, and now they're on the floor, screaming, because one sock has a seam that doesn't feel right. You take a breath. You offer a different sock. You stay calm. And then they throw it. So you try logic. We don't have time for this. You try choices. Do you want the blue ones or the striped ones? You try consequences. If we're late, there's no screen time tonight. And nothing works. Sound familiar? Here's what most parents don't realize in that moment. Your child is not choosing to be difficult. Their brain has gone offline. And the strategies you're reaching for, logic, choices, consequences, are actually designed for a brain that's working properly, not for a brain in crisis. Today, we're going to change that. If you're new here, welcome. This is video 3 in our brain-based parenting series, and it builds directly on what we covered before. In video 1, Why Your Child Isn't Listening, we explored what's happening inside the developing brain, and why children genuinely can't respond to instructions the way adults expect them to. Not won't, can't. In video 2, Tantrum versus Meltdown, we looked at how to read what kind of emotional moment you're actually in, because a tantrum and a meltdown are not the same thing. They have different causes, different brain signatures, and they need completely different responses. If you haven't seen those yet, I'll link them below. They'll make everything in this video land even deeper. But today, video 3, we go one level further. We're going to look at what's happening inside the emotional brain, why traditional parenting strategies fail in those moments, and, most importantly, exactly what to do instead. By the end of this video, you'll have 4 concrete strategies you can start using today. Let's get into it. The emotional brain. Amygdala versus prefrontal cortex. Here's what nobody tells you in parenting books. In the middle of a meltdown, your child is not being defiant. Their brain has literally changed state. Let me show you what I mean. The brain has 2 key regions we need to understand. The first is the amygdala. Think of it as the brain's smoke detector. It's always scanning for danger, threat, or overwhelm. And when it picks up a signal, even something as small as a scratchy sock, it fires, hard and fast. The second region is the prefrontal cortex, the brain's command center. This is where reasoning lives, planning, impulse control, the ability to hear your voice and respond to it. Now here's the critical part. When the amygdala fires strongly enough, it essentially takes the prefrontal cortex offline. Not metaphorically offline, neurologically offline. A 2020 study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that during emotional arousal, children's ability to shift attention and inhibit impulsive responses was significantly reduced, even in school-aged kids. Think about what that means in practice. You're standing there asking your child to put on their shoes. Their amygdala is flooded. Their prefrontal cortex, the part that processes your words, considers the consequences, and chooses a response, is temporarily not available. It's like calling someone's phone while it's switched off. The signal doesn't get through, not because they're ignoring you, because there's no one home to answer. This is why I keep saying, the brain in stress is wired for survival, not cooperation. Asking a dysregulated child to listen to logic is like asking someone mid-panic attack to solve a puzzle. It's not stubbornness, it's neuroscience. The myth of choice, when autonomy isn't enough. Now, you've probably come across advice that says, give your child choices. And it's good advice, in the right context. Autonomy matters. Children need agency. That's real. But here's what the well-meaning parenting books often skip. Choices only work when the prefrontal cortex is online. Remember, the prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that weighs options, considers outcomes, and makes decisions. When a child is emotionally flooded, that part isn't functioning. So, offering choices in the middle of a meltdown doesn't empower your child. It overwhelms them. Think about it from their perspective. Their nervous system is screaming danger. Their body is in survival mode, and you're handing them a menu. It's actually one of the most common unintentional escalation traps, a parent doing everything right and making things worse. The blue sock or the striped sock? To a regulated brain, a simple decision. To a flooded brain, one more thing to process when processing is impossible. So what do we do instead? We focus on co-regulation first, and once regulation is restored, then choices become powerful again. Co-regulation, the missing puzzle piece. Co-regulation is a term you may have heard before, but let's make it concrete. Co-regulation is the process by which your nervous system helps calm your child's nervous system through your presence, your body, your tone, your calm. Here's the science behind why it works. Research published in Developmental Cognitive Neuroscience shows that supportive touch and attuned parental presence can actually reduce physiological markers of stress in children. In other words, your body is medicine. When you walk into a tense situation and stay physically calm, slow breath, soft voice, open posture, your child's nervous system detects that, and it begins to mirror it. This is called co-regulation through co-presence. It's not magic, it's biology. And I want to say something clearly here because I know how this can sound. This is not permissive parenting. Co-regulation is not the same as giving in. It's not ignoring the behavior. It's not saying anything goes. It's understanding that structure and boundaries can only land on a brain that's capable of receiving them. You're not backing down. You're being strategic. You're calming the brain so that your guidance can actually reach it. Strategy 1. Notice internal states. All right, let's get practical. The first strategy is awareness before action. Most parenting responses happen in reaction to behavior. We see the screaming. We respond to the screaming. But by the time behavior escalates into screaming, the window for easy intervention has already passed. The better move is to catch the shift earlier, and your child's body will always tell you before the explosion happens. Watch for these early warning signals. Heavy or irregular breathing, tense muscles, clenched jaw or fists, sudden quiet, especially after a stimulating moment, clinging behavior or sudden withdrawal, quick emotional swings, laughing one second, snapping the next. These aren't misbehavior. These are neurological warning signs, your child's body signaling that their system is getting close to the edge. When you notice them, name what you see. Not to lecture, not to fix, just to reflect. Hey, I notice your body looks really tense right now. That looked really frustrating. You seem like something's bothering you. Why does naming work? Because it does something remarkable inside the brain. Research in emotional regulation, including work by neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman, shows that labeling an emotional state actually reduces amygdala activity. The act of putting language to a feeling moves some of that emotional energy into the prefrontal cortex. It's literally creating a neurological shift with words. Not solving, not explaining, just naming. That's where to start. Strategy 2. Physical calm first. Strategy 2 is about the body, because words alone won't reach a flooded brain. Before you try to talk your child through anything, the nervous system needs a physical off-ramp. Here are 3 techniques that are backed by research and practical enough to use in real time. The first is slow exhale breathing. Ask your child to breathe out longer than they breathe in. Inhale for 3 counts, exhale for 5 or 6. This isn't just relaxing, it's physiological. A longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural all-clear signal. It tells the brain, the danger has passed. You can model it yourself first. Breathe visibly, slowly, in front of them. Children's bodies often sync without being asked. The second technique is grounding touch. A gentle, steady hand on the back, shoulder, or arm. Not grabbing. Not holding them still, just a calm, present touch. The research we referenced from Developmental Cognitive Neuroscience specifically identified supportive physical contact as a driver of stress reduction in children. That hand communicates what your words might not reach yet. You're safe. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. The third technique is shared movement. This one surprises parents, but it works. Taking 30 to 60 seconds to walk together, even just down the hallway and back, has been shown to reduce cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Movement gives the nervous system somewhere to send that activated, flooded energy. And side-by-side movement, not face-to-face confrontation, reduces the feeling of threat between you and your child. These aren't tricks, they are biological levers. Use them before you say a single word of guidance. Strategy 3. Simple language. Strategy 3. When you do speak, less is more. When the prefrontal cortex is offline, long sentences, explanations, and multi-step instructions do not compute. The brain, in stress, processes language differently. It can handle short, it struggles with complex. So, strip it right down. Instead of, "I need you to calm down, get your shoes on and come downstairs. We've talked about this before and I need you to cooperate right now." Try. "Breathe with me. Let's sit here. I'm right here." One word. "How are you feeling?" Short, steady, specific. This isn't about dumbing things down. It's about meeting the brain exactly where it is. One phrase, repeated calmly if needed, does more in that moment than a paragraph of reasoning ever could. And here's a bonus insight. Your tone matters more than your words. Research consistently shows that children, especially young children, respond first to the emotional tone of your voice before the meaning of your words registers. Slow, low, steady. That's the voice that reaches a flooded brain. Strategy 4. Connect, then guide. And now, the final piece. Once the body has calmed, once the nervous system has begun to come down from survival mode, now you can introduce structure. But the sequence matters enormously. Connection first, instruction second. Not because boundaries don't matter, they absolutely do. But because structure delivered to a dysregulated brain bounces off. It doesn't land, it escalates. The moment you feel the shift, softer body, slower breath, eye contact returning, that is your window. Move into it gently, not with a lecture about what went wrong, not with a consequence delivered at high volume, with connection. A hand on the shoulder. "That was really hard, huh? I'm glad you're okay. I love you even when things get hard." And then, from that place of reconnection, you guide. Okay, let's figure out the socks together. This sequence, calm, connect, then guide, is not the path of least resistance. It's the path of greatest effectiveness. You're not skipping the boundary, you're timing it right. Putting it all together, let me walk you through what this actually looks like in a real moment. It's the morning, the sock situation. Your child is on the floor, flooded, escalating. Step 1. Pause. Don't match their energy. Don't rush toward them urgently. Take one slow breath. Drop your shoulders. That physical shift in you, they will feel it. Step 2. Notice and name. Get low. Physically lower yourself to their level. "Hey, I can see this feels really big right now." That's it. Not fixing, just witnessing. Step 3. Body first. If they'll allow it, a gentle hand on their back. Breathe visibly and slowly in front of them. Let's breathe. Like this. Out. Slowly. Step 4. Simple language only. "I'm here. You're okay. I'm not going anywhere." Repeat if needed. Calm and steady. Step 5. Watch for the shift. This is what we called the return signal in video 2. Slower breathing, eyes finding yours, body softening even just slightly. When you see it, connect. "That was really hard." Then, and only then, guide. "Let's try the other socks. I'll help." The whole thing? 2 to 4 minutes. Not the 20-minute standoff that derails the morning. This works, not because it's magic, because it's matched to how the brain actually functions. Let's bring it all together. Here's what we covered today. First, emotional overwhelm is a neurological state, not a behavior choice. The amygdala fires, the prefrontal cortex goes offline. Your child isn't choosing to be difficult. Their brain has shifted into survival mode. Second, traditional strategies fail because they target the wrong brain state. Logic, choices, and consequences require a functioning prefrontal cortex. In the middle of a meltdown, that part isn't available. Third, co-regulation works because it meets the brain where it is. Your calm is not weakness. Your calm is the intervention. And fourth, the 4 strategies in sequence. 1. Notice internal states early and name them. 2. Calm the body before you try to reach the mind. 3. Use simple, short, steady language. 4. Connect first, then guide. The shortcut version for your next hard moment: pause, name, body, connect, guide. Not louder, not harder, smarter. Because your goal isn't obedience. Your goal is to bring your child's brain back online so that connection, cooperation, and clarity become possible again. Now, I want to give you a preview of what's coming next. In video 4, Inside Your Child's Brain During a Meltdown, we're going to go even deeper. We'll use a simple hand model, the upstairs-downstairs brain, that makes the neuroscience instantly visual. Even young children can understand it. And we'll walk through one specific science-backed technique supported by UCLA brain imaging research that can bring a child back from full meltdown in under 90 seconds. That video is already up. I'll link it on screen right now. If today's video gave you something useful, save it. You'll want to come back to it. Share it with a parent who's in the thick of it right now. And if you're not subscribed yet, this channel puts out brain-based parenting content every week, designed to make your home calmer, clearer, and more connected. Your child is lucky to have a parent who's willing to understand how their brain works. That curiosity, right there, is what changes everything. I'll see you in video 4.